The 2024 presidential race ended yesterday, and this is what the country and the world woke up to this morning. Take a look.
Oh my God. Oh my God!
I just don't understand why we can't have a female president. Like, why not? Like, how much more qualified and intelligent and, like, perfect for the position do we have to be? No matter what you do, you will never put out my love. You will never make me give up hope. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, no matter, you will never put out my love.
All I can say is, how fucking dare you? How dare you put this man into office for another 4 years?
I'm gonna be honest, I was very blindsided by the results this morning. I've decided that cigarettes don't count today, and I honestly might go get a tattoo. But I also have decided that for the next 4 years, I am going to abstain from schmex with men. And funny enough, I actually just broke up with my boyfriend a handful of days before the election. I highly encourage any other women that are single.
So, how you feel?
I'll start.
Yeah, go ahead.
My takeaway is that the system works. We live in a democracy.
Great movie, Casablanca. We encounter the phrase, "I'm shocked to find gambling here." I have to say, sitting through this hearing and listening to our Democrat colleagues say, I'm shocked that anyone would think there was weaponization at the Department of Justice or the FBI. It makes me wonder where my Democrat colleagues have been the last 4 years. In over 200 years of our nation's history, we've had 47 presidents. Mr. Blanche, of those 47 presidents, how many not named Donald John Trump have been indicted?
0.
How many presidents not named Donald Trump have been prosecuted?
0.
How many not named Donald J. Trump have had FBI agents arrive at their home and rifle through their home?
0.
Throughout 4 years of the brazen weaponization of the Department of Justice and the FBI, Senate Democrats sat by meekly and mutely. Understand, President Trump wasn't indicted once, he wasn't indicted twice, he wasn't indicted 3 times, 4 separate times. Bipartisan Democrat prosecutors who were terrified that the American people would vote to reelect him. You heard just a minute ago my friend from Vermont ask you to defend the good men and women of the FBI. I agree, you should defend the good men and women of the FBI. And I'll tell you, I've heard from FBI agents who are horrified at an institution that had built a reputation for integrity being cheapened by being turned into a political weapon to attack the opposition of the Democrat White House. The single biggest thing, Mr. Blanche, you can do to protect the good men and women of the FBI is to restore integrity to the FBI and end the weaponization that has caused half of the country to no longer trust what used to be the premier law enforcement agency in the world. For 4 years, we saw the Biden Justice Department happily weaponize that agency to go after their political opponents.
But I feel very, very hopeful that we have a democratic system in this country. We should value it. We should love it. We should protest if the situation arises that we need to protest, which I'm sure it will.
Racist, sexist.
shock.
What kind of rights do you feel like women don't have in America?
Oh, wow.
What do you think?
Gosh, that's such a good question. I guess it's not necessarily right, but there's not enough female representation in politics.
Yeah, that is a good question. You know, I think women should have the right to feel safe. We deserve a government that supports us.
I hear a lot of we're not going back. What are we not going back to? The kitchen.
For anyone that needs an example of when the person you voted for does not win, you do not say the system must be broken or that it was rigged.
Guys, we literally don't even have to panic. We literally don't have to freak out right now. We don't even have to we don't have to freak out. We don't have to freak out because it's not even real. Because, bitch, recount the vote! Quick question. So does anybody know how to find or hire a hitman or woman? Because we don't want to be sexist. So, but I think we could pull this off collectively. If you want to chip in, DM.
You say, it is what it is, and you show up anyway. And I want to commend all those people that voted, because you sometimes hear people say, well, it didn't matter. No, it did matter. That was still your currency. That was still your power. And people turned out. Now, if you didn't vote, you really don't have a say in the conversation, so you can go ahead and sit down. But for the rest of you, and then a lot of what I think about is what I always tell my kids when things go on. You feel what you feel. Everyone has different emotions. Some people got what they wanted. A lot of people didn't. And you feel anything that comes up, and then you turn around and you say, let's look at the tapes. Let's see what we did. Let's see how we continue to fight for the people that we care about. And you take one step in front of the other. And so here we are today, and I still feel that optimistic because I feel arm in arm with so many people who agree with me.
Anyway, just connecting with nature, because no matter who the president is, the trees will never change. I'm not going to class today because I know who I am. Trust me, I know who I am. I literally know who I am. If I go to class today, I will yell at someone. I will get in a fight because I know who I am. You saw me in that Jubilee video. I know who I am. If I go to class today, I will get in a fight. So I'm staying in my room. And I'm processing everything. I'm not an election denier, so I know that Trump won. 7 a.m. I've been up for a good 2 hours now. Everyone that I know is asleep. And I'm just going on a walk. In my pajamas, in my slippers, because I just needed a moment myself.
Tell me how I literally went into today genuinely thinking I was gonna witness history. Like, I really, really thought I was going to witness a woman of color become president of the United States. That was fucking stupid of me.
Is it the outcome I wanted? No, but we live in a democracy. I have my vote. Right. Millions of people cast their votes did. And what's important to me is this. Tens of millions of Americans, our friends, our neighbors, our family members, voted for Donald Trump. We disagree with him. I know we all do at this table, but they are good, decent people who are patriots and love this country. And I can't speak to what drove them to the conclusion of being with him, but I think it is a moment for us to listen to each other, to hear each other, express what our concerns are. I've spent the last 4 years doing that, and also listen to people who are with him, because this is a country that there is truly more that unites us than divides us. I know it doesn't feel like that for many people in this moment, but we need to bring down the temperature, the name calling, the demonizing, let the other side, if they want to do that, they can do it. But I think
leave your husband, leave your husband.
I think one of the lamest things you can do as a woman is have a husband. I think it's really lame. Whenever I'm talking to somebody who I think is like somewhat cool and suddenly they're like, oh, my husband, I'm instantly like, oh, you're what? Gross.
I was really upset because he told me his family voted for Trump, so I asked for a few days of space to think about, do I even want to be in a relationship with someone whose family is like that? Because I've cut my own family off for that shit. I'm not going to be associated with that. I'm not. And so I needed some time to think about it, because he really was good to me, and I liked him a lot. And then after a couple days of thinking about it, I reached out to him saying, what time do you want to get together to talk about it? And at this point, he said, I'm so confused, I'm so sad, I'm so scared, I don't know, I haven't known what to say, because I voted for Trump too over the weekend with my family. And he just spilled it, just word vomited, because he was just getting so nervous about it, he couldn't keep it in anymore. So that's how I found out. And then, I kid you not, it was a 2-minute breakup. I said word for word after he sent me that, oh boy, yeah, that about does it. And then continued to tell him how disappointed I was in him. Yeah, and then I unadded him off of everything. And that's how it went. So, yeah, easiest, quickest, breakup of my life.